I'm Supermoon Tarot, and in today's video, we're going to be looking at either a yes or no to any single question you have to ask, and also be looking at solutions. So if you get an answer that maybe wasn't what you were hoping for, we will be looking at, is there something that can be rearranged or changed? Don't worry, things can always be shifted more into your favor. And if it is positive and was what you were hoping to receive, we can look at the details as to what got you there, like what are the right decisions you're making in order for you to continue that trajectory where you keep receiving good things. We're going to be finding all of that out today in the cards, as you can see in front of us. I also implore you, because this is meant to be, while detailed, still relatively shorter in time length, feel free to have fun and ask a couple different questions, or keep asking questions that are yes or no, or around associated with the scenario you're finding out, and dig deeper and deeper. This is actually a technique I use in my own time, not necessarily pulling the cards in this way, but you ask yes or no, then you ask yes or no again. So just another tip and trick if you read cards yourself. So we have 8 groups in front of us that are read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to give you a moment to pick the group that you resonate with most. Now that you have, you can go down to the description where you can go to your designated group and mark timestamp. But let's get started with group number 1. And get ready, it's about to get real messy up in here. So what do we got here? We've got 4 of Cups in reverse, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, 3 of Wands in reverse, and 3 of Swords in reverse. Okay. Okay, I really enjoy the insight that my spirit guide's offering here. So this is a no, and we're going to go over why, and there is a solution. So the way they described it is, if the Queen of Pentacles was upright, this beautiful queen would be speaking to her rabbit, giving it her attention, and the way my spirit guide puts it as, when it's in reverse, she is unable to hear what the rabbit has to say. That's what it's kind of like, a lack of momentum, a lack of being able to create, kind of shielding yourself, unable to hear what the sweet little bunny or whatever your creations, whatever you're putting out in the world is reflecting back at you. You can't quite register it or hear. It's kind of like asking the universe, why isn't this working? What's happening? And then you're being given signs, but you're just not noticing it. You know what I'm saying? This idea gets continued on over here with the 4 of Cups in reverse, which is interesting because I would have read this normally in reverse, which would imply overcoming a bad relationship. But the reason why it's being read in the upright position, again, this goes for my fellow tarot readers who are curious about this, is that because she is facing them, and with the surrounding cards being associated with this, she is influencing this card over here. So when we're viewing it in more of an upright perspective, this is somebody who's sort of in a bad mood, things, again, very stagnant feeling, but they're in a bad mood, unaware of how their subconscious is influencing them, and the blockage, which is the being unable to hear what the little rabbit has to say, or your creation, so to speak, is reflecting back at you. And so they are unaware of why they are in this sort of nothing feels quite right mood. This can often be associated with boredom or just general apathy. It's not super intense, but it doesn't feel very inspiring. This idea gets continued on here and gives a better answer as to what you should do in order to change this scenario. So in the 3 of Wands in reverse, it appears that these sort of messages you're sending out to the universe, maybe you're trying to contact, whatever messages are being sent out there, this can be literal, are not being heard. And this is due to what's going on over here in the Three of Swords in reverse. However it is that you're trying to reach out, be proactive, make things different, but you're unaware of why things aren't moving forward, you can't seem to connect to it, you're not sure why people aren't responding back, that kind of sort of feeling being associated in these other cards, is because the Three of Swords in reverse is when somebody is suffering from a pretty tremendous amount of emotional pain. This totally can deal with cheating or feeling betrayed, but nonetheless, when it is in reverse, they are sort of sweeping the issue under the rug and prematurely trying to move past it before it's fully healed, and it needs to be healed, or you're just going to keep being, at random times you'll be bothered by it again and again and again. And I really appreciate how my spirit guide kind of brought all this together with their insight. They said that you should consider taking care of the thing that is the most precedent first. And that includes even asking yourself, when you're asking this question, are you asking a question that's dealing with that most precedent issue in your life? Like a good example with this would be like, let's say you're asking if someone likes you, and the answer is, well, you're not going to get kind of a contact with them or be able to hear back if they're interested in you or anything like that, because the main thing that's the issue is you facing some emotions you need to kind of like heal or open up or better sort out from a previous relationship or something like that. And you have to then ask yourself, okay, well, now I need to ask the question about, you could potentially ask a yes or no one about more that issue, and then I can be able to get some momentum going and fix the no answer going on here. So yes, this can be changed, but for now, that is why it's the issue. You need to ask about the most present situation, because that's really more the thing that needs to be solved before other things can happen. So yeah, please feel free to give this video a like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's get ready for group number 2. Ooh. Like I said, it's gonna get messy. Oh, I don't even need to hear what my spirit guide's saying. I mean, they're free to say whatever they want to say, but we've got the 10 of Cups upright, the World card upright, and the 7 of Cups upright. This is a phenomenal yes, and I want to be really clear of why it's so phenomenal, so you can kind of keep up this sort of mindset, energy, emotions, a bunch of different scenarios going on here I'm picking up, because in every aspect of your life, you are so free and open and ready and willing to receive. And that's actually an important thing a lot of people aren't aware that is more important than the wishing of the manifestation or wishing of something to happen. It's about getting in the mindset of receiving. It's like, are you in a place where you're open enough, you're not in your head or trying to control the situation? Are you emotionally open enough? Are you willing to trust in the, kind of fate and the possibility and the interaction with the other person? It's a lot of different versions of what openness means. In the 10 of Pentacles upright, this is this sort of openness and belief in yourself that you have something to offer and will be able to continue to offer it to others. This can feeling like you're good enough, believing in your skills enough that you can make enough money and then therefore are able to contribute to others, or believe that you would be able to keep contributing to your own wealth and keep adding on to this, and therefore it's a good time to invest in something because that will continue on due to that mindset and belief in yourself. Over here in the 7 of Cups, it's this ability to see that if you view the world as abundant and that there's all these opportunities and you are ready for them and you see that they're there, they show up and you believe that you're worth it to receive them. So it's like kind of a believing you're worth to give it, believing you're worth it to receive it, which is really beautiful. And then over here in the World card, it seems that whatever needed to be accomplished previously in order to again be open, this would be like understanding a life lesson, unblocking something. That has concluded. And you are just totally at the peak of your game and excited and in a good enough place to be like, yep, I feel confident in who I am, what I have to offer, what I've been through. I appreciated the process and now I'm here. So keep those kind of open trajectory mindsets in mind so that you can continue to receive even more. I love that. So if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Helps out like you would not believe. And let's get ready for group number 3. Okay, we've got the Lover's card in reverse, the High Priestess card in reverse. Ooh, and the Ten of Swords upright. This one's interesting. Okay, so my spirit guide is describing this more as a maybe, but I would describe this more as a no for this, but yes for this. And I'll explain both perspectives so this all comes together. So in the High Priestess in reverse, it appears that the situation and the way you're viewing it, you're just not viewing it correctly. You're not seeing the whole picture. You're not understanding someone's perspective, whatever that may be. And it can be romantic related. I am being told my spirit guide for people who are asking romantic questions. This is specifically speaking to you, but it doesn't necessarily have to. This is a general reading. We are trying to answer every single question. And so this is more associated with the idea of a promise being broken. And this is why when it's like happening or it's in the process of it happening right now, you're like, how did this happen? I don't understand. Again, talking about the idea of not seeing the situation clearly. It's almost this feeling of like, it was on the horizon and going to happen anyway. And so that's just kind of a little bit of that's the way it is type of scenario. But the blessing in this and the sort of maybe and the no to this, but yes to this is that even though this scenario is not working out, what you're asking about, we've got the Ten of Swords upright, which is interestingly enough being read in a positive trajectory. This is implying that something, and this is how my spirit guide is putting it, something else had to end in order for something else to live. So what initially seems like, oh man, but this is what I really wanted, you're going to be over the moon with what it then makes available for what you would really want to receive. Often through my sort of many travels and experiences, I have found interestingly enough that we often receive what we need and it's not always about what we want, but we'll always get what we need, which is really beautiful. So that's why my spirit guide said maybe, because they said it depends on your perspective. Like you might view it as a maybe because it's no here, but yes there. But then I'm like, that's not a maybe, that's a no here, yes there. But that doesn't matter. We're not trying to have disagreements here. So anyways, you get the point. Please leave this video a like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It helps out like you would not believe. And let's get ready for group number 4. Okay. We've got Ace of Pentacles in reverse, Page of Pentacles upright, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and just give me one moment to kind of like sort this out because it could go either way. I just want to get some details from my spirit guide. Oh, okay, this is the most positive no you could get. So spoilers, it's a no. But it's actually quite like, it's a very big comfort to you right now. So over here with the Ace of Pentacles, this is the opportunity sort of not being able to present itself right now. This is specifically because it is not currently ready. It hasn't fully taken shape and form. It's like wishing for a specific place you'd like to rent, but it's not quite yet like the people haven't moved out and then put it up for rent yet. You see what I'm saying here? It's that idea. It's like it's gonna happen, or it could happen, but right now it hasn't fully come into fruition, so it's not on you, but more on the timing of it. But here's where it gets extra comforting with what's going on over here. Specifically, the Page of Pentacles is the big one I want to focus on. The Page of Pentacles is referring to that even though you're not fully at the level you need to be when entering this opportunity, you are doing the right things when it comes to, the page is often described as the student. So this is like you collecting information, knowledge, skills, becoming a better version of yourself, whatever. There's a sense of growth behind it. And this growth that you've been actively working on has been effective. You're doing the right thing, keep doing it. It's going to really add up in the long run. And so trajectory wise, you're doing A-okay, nothing's wrong, nothing's different. It's just, again, it's more about the opportunity being unable, it's not fully formed. And that extra sort of compliment I want to add to the compliment train is what's going on in the interaction between these two cards. Now, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse does refer to the idea of it's just gonna be a little bit, it's gonna take a little while, but we already know why. Sometimes it's worth waiting for things to come into fruition. But the two of these cards are facing each other, not really giving room for the Ace of Pentacles to pop in real easily. That doesn't mean that you're blocking it off or you have any form of resistance. It's almost like this section of, consider this like your vibes, what you're working on, what you're doing in life. You're kind of your own cool party, and they aren't cool enough. They haven't gained the social skills enough. Again, this is super movie-esque type of joking metaphor I'm making. These are not real beliefs that I have, but the joke is that they haven't, had enough movie montages yet in order to hang. So keep doing what you're doing. It's working great. It's a no for now, but for the most positive reasons. So just keep doing you. There's nothing really you can do until that's fully formed. Please consider also giving this video a like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Helps out so much. And let's get ready for group number 4. Okay, let's see what we got here. 2 of Pentacles in reverse, Queen of Pentacles upright, Page of Wands in reverse, and the 8 of Cups upright. Ooh! Let me just ask my spirit guide one more question just real quickly. Okay, I love this. So this is a yes, which is always awesome to hear, but it gives a lot of comfort to some things that maybe in your life felt like it was the world giving you a sign that was a no, which is really cool. So the yes actually starts with the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. The way my spirit guide puts it is that things were sort of messing up and you were kind of put in a position where you no longer could have so many things on your plate and you had to sort of slim it down. And this was a good thing. It was making waves and opening up room for you to receive what's going on over here in the Queen of Pentacles. This is like she's worked real hard. The universe is like, I've got this beautiful thing I've worked really hard on it for. It only came into fruition and I only had the materials to build this thing for you and give it to you because you offered up so much energy and hard work and working on yourself and skill and experience. And because you put that out into the world, I was able to shape it into something and I am now giving it to you. But you cannot possibly receive it or appreciate it unless you have the available time and mental room energy. Mental room energy? You know what I'm saying, in order to enjoy it fully. That idea gets expounded upon over here when we have the Page of Wands facing the Queen of Pentacles. This is getting extra confirmed by my spirit guides. They said that this thing that you're being given, this yes that you're receiving, is also associated with the idea of a new path opening up for you. This could be I'm being told to not get specific. Oh yeah, this is a general reading. Okay, I was gonna get more specific. Let's not worry about it. Just know a new path is opening up for you. So it's not only a yes, but it feels like a gift with a more longer term, exciting, inspiring path to head down. That's how I want to go. And then with the Eight of Cups, not only does this feel like a sort of repeating confirming card, like the Two of Pentacles, but it's it's both if you see the imagery, it's this idea of you moving forward towards a new path, overcoming what was holding you back before. But it is the discussion and just the awareness you should have that in you saying yes to this and you moving forward with this, you will be leaving something else behind, which is okay. We see over here what feels like something is being left behind and can initially feel hard to deal with, and you think it might be not a good thing, is in fact a positive thing, because it's opening you up, it's lightening your load, it's making it easier to receive this gift, go down this new path. So there's a lot of good with this and a lot of comfort that pops up if you've been kind of questioning some things and being like, oh, am I doing the right thing? Yes, you are. So keep going for it. Anyway, I just love doing this so much. Please give this video a like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I am wishing you the best, and let's get ready for group number 6. I had to think about it. Okay. We've got Six of Cups upright. Ooh, I can already feel the answer. Judgment card upright, the Empress uprights, and the Five of Cups in reverse. Yeah, okay, cool. This is just a solid yes. It comes with a lot of compliments, which I love, and some things you should be really proud of yourself for, because this is something that is definitely both earned from experience and making difficult decisions and humble decisions, but it also comes from kind of making things work in your favor and taking life lessons and the past and making it work to your advantage, which is really beautiful. So that idea gets carried out over here, and these two pairings over here. Over here, this card indicates the idea of the past, and it appears that the past is the thing that's influencing your current positive judgment. Whatever happened before, this could be with an individual, an experience, it is the thing that is helping you make the right decisions today and has really positively benefited you as a person. So now I'm not seeing anything that feels like it isn't a good memory, but I'm kind of already feeling like it could potentially be a little conflicting to think about or uncomfortable to think about. It's one of those things where you're like, why did that happen? Well, guess what? It's not like, why did it happen and you just overcame it. It's like, guess what? That happened, and it's really benefiting you in the long term. So it kind of wasn't for nothing, if that's any sort of comfort. I always feel, I don't really like to put that out there in case that's not how you feel. So apologies if that's, if I don't want to upset you, basically. I hope I said the right thing. Continuing on with this idea is going on over here. So with the Five of Cups being in reverse, this is somebody who's finally letting go of viewing like only what's not there, only what's not working out, and just finally realizing, this is a perspective. I'm choosing to no longer hold on to my grief by giving it so much attention. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to let go of this. I'm going to realize I'm ready to. I want to be clear. People who haven't let go of grief have a good reason for that. But you're in the place where you're able to take on that perspective. You're being proactive about it. And this is then what's leading to the Empress card. It's very effortless, abundant. It's someone who's just receiving gifts naturally without any effort. And it's a totally different perspective. I feel like with the Five of Cups, this is someone who sees themselves as either having something or losing something. And the Empress only sees the positive, because even if there is a weed in her yard, or there is a really like bad drought and it hurts some of, you know, parts of her garden, she knows in the end that can be turned into fertilizer, or that that previous plant we just described before could maybe be cooked into something delicious. There is a benefit and a beautiful ecosystem working itself out perfectly. So by default, it is only abundance, and just living in that abundance to such a continuous point that, again, you don't see it as having, not having. It's like that question isn't even asked anymore, and it's being not asked from a really wonderful, fruitful place. So love that for you. And if you enjoyed this reading, please consider giving it a like, comment, subscribe. It helps out the channel like you would not believe. And let's get ready for group number 7. Okay, we've got 8 of Wands upright, 2 of Swords in reverse, and Page of Swords in reverse. Interesting. Okay, so this is a no. However, it can totally be changed. Some things to contemplate, and I love that we have both a reason as to why it's a no, as well as simultaneously as to why that no is even there. I love a motivation. Often the motivation's the most important to actually tackle the, you know, situation at hand. So over here we have the 8 of Wands. This is like a lot of flowing energy, opportunity coming your way. This is when you get a lot of options and promotions and clients and whatever that may be. It's a really great thing. It's like a sense of abundance flying in at you very quickly. But it appears there's a sense of a wall being put up between receiving it. So it's there. There's a sense of like, you can change things around for sure and then receive it. So it's a really solid yes in this way. But right now it's a no, because the 2 of Swords in reverse shows someone who's sort of like stubbornly unable to move from the position they are viewing things in. There's a sort of like, no, this is how it is. No, this is difficult. Again, these are just metaphors. I'm not saying this is how you are expressing yourself. This is sort of just the energy behind it. Either way, this sense of like creating walls that don't need to be there is the best way to put it, is happening because of the Page of Swords in reverse, which is totally understandable. When people take on a stubborn persona, they're usually acting out of, you know, fear and emotions that are uncomfortable and bringing them down, and it's safer to stay with what they feel familiar with, and we can really feel for anybody in that circumstance. And so the reason why this is happening is because the Page of Swords in reverse refers to somebody who is regularly, you know, already thinking the worst, and they often have this mentality because they believe they are not good enough, that this is it, they're not that great, they already put themselves down before they've even tried. It's not a very fun inner monologue, and it's usually continuous and repetitive of saying the same. There's usually, I find the Page of Swords pops up when someone has like a couple particular things that are bothering them, and they just repeat it over and over and over again. Not just a menage of a ton of different things that are bothering you. Anyway, this mentality makes it feel like you're sort of frozen, which makes it hard to receive what's going on over here. So the first thing is being a lot kinder to yourself, maybe even challenging that inner monologue and be like, you know what if I can do it? And maybe if I don't initially do great at it, I'll get better at it and I'll eventually get it. So in the end, who cares? I'll get it anyways. And just realizing that you are allowed to move forward, that it's okay to let go. Try something new. It is worth it. And the trying something new, the mentality of like, oh, maybe it could be okay, or maybe I should try being open, is what's going to basically open up your floodgates and allow all this good stuff come your way. So again, very easily changeable, which we love. Please, if you enjoy this video, consider giving it a like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Helps out like you would not believe. And let's get ready for our final group number 8. Okay. We have 7 of Pentacles in reverse, Judgment in reverse, and King of Cups upright. Wow, this is when it's so unbelievably helpful to have a spirit guide. This could be read in a couple different ways, but they stepped right on in and saying it is a solid yes, and there's a lot of compliments to be given to you, and a lot of empowerment and sort of like, I'm making this a yes kind of vibe, which I love. So over here in the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, this is being read as, normally when it's upright, it implies somebody who is making the right decisions on the daily. They need to keep doing what they're doing, even though it doesn't appear you're getting any accolades or awards or recognition, it will eventually add up. Keep doing it's going to add up. In this particular case, with it being in reverse, my spirit guide says that you're sort of like being like, you know what? I'm tired of waiting. I'm going to take it for myself. I'm not going to deal with this anymore, which I love. Very, very, very empowering. But then that leads to the Judgment card in reverse. This is actually not being read as bad judgment. Again, I'm going over all of this in case, you're a fellow tarot reader and this is like interesting to you, or you're just interested in general, but being read as figuring out how to look within yourself and test yourself. Like, it's not testing yourself against the world or with other people or feel like the world's testing you. It's like you looking within and asking yourself these bigger questions in order to challenge yourself to be like, can I be someone who's a little more open, a little more braver? You kind of asking yourself the questions that don't need to be asked of you from the universe or someone else. You're taking on that mentality. Again, very empowering, very aware. This is like a super spiritual, evolving type of mindset. Thumbs up to that, seriously. And then last but not least, the King of Cups, which is being read and described to me by my spirit guide as emotions that once felt like they controlled you were actually not a sign of emotional immaturity, but the awareness that something was off and your inner compass was working perfectly. You were sensing it. You were realizing the way things were working out weren't working. So you took charge of your life in multiple ways, started to create your own sense of evolution, own sense of path, own sense of moving forward, which is beautiful. And there's a sense of empowerment of realizing, oh, I felt those feelings for a reason. So actually my emotions are working great. And in fact, in the future, I will continue to trust this as an inner compass thing, where you realize your intuition's working great. And that when those emotions arise, there's not something wrong with me or something, not that we would label it or view it that way, but something that needs to be reworked, but realizing maybe I'm sensing where I need to go in life naturally. And this is sort of like I always describe it as like having a pamphlet or a map, and we're all born with our own, but we just don't normally get to see it, so we usually don't know what to do next. It's like you realizing abstractly these feelings that you've had that got you to this state of taking on sort of a like, yeah, I've got this type of mentality. This is your abstract version of a map. You thought it needed to be physical, but it's feeling, related. So please give this video a like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Helps out like you would not believe. I am wishing you the best. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Goodbye.